I'm gonna be so real right now. One vibes are a dime a dozen. Everybody does ones, but not all wands are created equally, which is why I spent a week testing this little gem for you guys. I wanted to see what made this stand out from the rest and if it would be worth your time. Calling it their most versatile toy yet, this is the latest release from luxury toy brand LELO. Introducing to you the LELO Switch, a double-ended smart wand. Isn't she pretty? She's lilac. So this wand here is dual ended, as I said, for internal and external stimulation. So you will stimulate yourself with the external part here, and then here the internal part is a G-spot stimulator. 2 in 1. Oh my god. And as you can see on the model, it has these lovely swirly textures, ribbed for your pleasure, with 10 different modes and 16 intensities to choose from, so you can customize it however you want. And if that wasn't enough, it's also app controlled. And if you've watched my previous LELO videos, you know that when it comes with the app controls, it comes with a whole heap more functions, including more settings and a love bridge setting so that you can play with your partner from wherever you are in the world. And it also has 2 separate motors in it to give you the most powerful sensations for your celebrations. So if you are looking for a high quality beginner friendly toy that you can use multiple ways, then stay tuned, because this product here might just be perfect for you. As usual, the packaging is LELO's signature matte black and gold foil luxury loveliness with a lovely little soft release. In the box you get the LELO Switch. I have the lilac one here. It also comes in aqua and soft pink. And behind the foam insert you have your LELO storage bag to put your toy in, USB charging cable, a complimentary sachet of LELO's personal moisturizer, the QR code to download the LELO app. You also have a warranty card with a QR code on the back, and if you register within the first 30 days of receiving your product, you get an extra year warranty on top. You have your instruction manual, which you can also download the full user manual on lelo.com. And you also have the chance to win one of LELO's Inez Gold toys. The LELO Switch is made from body safe silicone and ABS plastic, which is also body safe. It has an insertable length of 3.3 inches. It has a charging time of less than 2 hours, and you can use the toy for up to 2 hours, but also be warned that it will shut down automatically every 20 minutes, which I assume is a safety thing, so you don't accidentally run out your battery. Once charged, the device will store power for up to 90 days. That's 3 months for you. It has the standard LELO insignia interface, which has the power button in the center, and then a plus button to up the intensity and a minus button to lower the intensity. And the maximum noise level is under 63 decibels. Now I'll do a quick demo for you to show you what the toy does, and I'll show you a bit of the app as well. And then when I come back, we're going to get into my experience and the pros and cons of the toys. Listen to how quiet it is. Speaking of how quiet it is, let us do the decibel test. Now on the site it said that it is below 63 decibels, so let's see. So this is the first intensity, and it's given us around 20 decibels, which is mosquito or rustling leaves. Now I'm going to turn it up to the highest intensity and see where it lands. Going between 40 and 50 decibels between quiet library and quiet office. And this is it being up close. If I move it away, it's only giving us 20 decibels. I told you guys, this thing is quiet. Now to get into the demo, here is how you manually use the LELO Switch. To turn it on, you are going to use the simple 3-button interface. This is the power and function button, the higher intensity button and the lower intensity button. The way that the switch works, and probably the reason for its name, is that when you press the central button to change the function, it switches between the external stimulator and the G-spot stimulator. To turn it on, just press, and now it's on, and it has 10 modes and 16 intensity settings. And to turn it off, you press and hold. As you can see, the switch is currently flashing, and that is because I have it connected to the app, which is very easy to use. Once the toy is connected via Bluetooth, to start it, you simply press start. To go through the different modes, you use the drop down menu. Each mode that you use will show you which motor is currently in use. I'm currently on the screw setting, so basically how this works is I twist the phone and it changes the intensity. We also have the shaking mode where you shake the phone side to side to control it. Next is the swiping setting where you move the red dot in order to control what the toy does. And then we have what they have labelled the boring setting, which basically shows you the signature LELO interface. It operates the way it would if you use the buttons on the actual toy. To get more advanced options, you go through the menus at the top. So you have regular mode, which is what we're currently on. Here we have the advanced mode, this is the finish me off setting. Here is the out of control setting. And if you want to stop the toy, press stop. Along the bottom of the main screen you have different options, different tabs to go through, and if you want to use partnered play, you tap into Love Bridge, and then what you'll do is create a room or join a room, and your partner can come and join you, or you can go and join them. From there you're able to control each other's toys, and there's a whole load of other features in there as well. Another useful thing about the Switch that you can control with the app is if you go into settings, you remember I told you about the auto power off time, you can go into the settings and change it to your liking, to up to 30 minutes or as low as 10 minutes. I've tested this for a week straight. I've been drinking ginseng recently, and oh my god, my libido has been through the fucking roof, guys. I spent some days testing the clitoral stimulator, I spent some days testing the G-spot stimulator, and then on the last day I double dipped. I did both. How greedy. Pros and cons of my experience. My first pro, my biggest pro, I don't know what they did in this. What kind of technology are they use? Because this is really quiet. Obviously, as you put up the intensities, it does get more like buzzy and stuff. I was mostly using like maybe like the first 3 intensities. I didn't really like go above that because, you know, it packs punch. Really good. So if you live with people and you know you want your private moments to be private, great for that. Another pro, as I said, powerful. Like I said, I only used the first 3 settings. I think when I was like fiddling with it, I obviously went through all of them to like see how powerful it got. I love that it's got the 2 motors as well. It was really easy to use. I really liked having the texture, especially on the wand head. For me, a girly who loves a bit of grinding, this was like really good to use if I wanted to like lay down and like mount it on a pillow, which is something that you can do with one, and just kind of rub it, or even just when you're using it normally and just moving it around. Having the different peaks and valleys, it just gives you a more dynamic experience. I'm very much a girly who is about getting a bang for your buck. That makes me sound like a sex worker. Because you know what, yeah, there's loads of toys on the market and sometimes you feel like you need them all. So when you find a toy that is able to encompass more than one feature that you can please yourself in multiple ways with, that is a good toy. Also, the magic of wands and a little bit of history, a little bit of education. Wand vibes were originally meant to be like massages. What happened is that people discovered that yes, it can work out your muscles and you can use this for that as well. If you have a bit of a stiff neck, stiff back, or even if you want to like help your partner out, you can use your wand vibes as a body massager. Obviously, humans are horny and discovered that they could also put it in other places. Companies were trying to like discourage people from doing that. Like, this is not what it's for your muscles. And everyone's like, we don't care, we're still doing it. And basically the companies ended up giving in and they were like, okay fine, we're gonna sell it to you as what you're using it for. And that's how wand vibrators came about. So as I said, multiple use, you can massage yourself with it. Use this for external massages, you can use it on like your chest or like on your genital area, on your perineum. And the other good thing about wands as well is that they are a unisex toy. No matter your gender, you know, you can give it a go. Being unisex also makes it good for using with your partner as well. So for example, if your partner has a penis, you can use it on their testicles and their perineum and stuff like that. I love a USB rechargeable toy. Not a fan of buying batteries. I just want to buy the thing one time and then just plug it in and then it has power. I don't want to spend more money after I spent the money. It's also waterproof. And the app settings. I love how the app opens up the exploration of what you can do with the toy even more. It's great. Right, this next point, this kind of falls between the pros and the cons. Now, one of my cons of the toy is, as I just said, I love the texture on the top of the one part. I thought that that was amazing. I didn't really notice it on the G-spot stimulator. It didn't really do anything for me, and I feel like because I'm not an internal girly, like I'm very sometimes with it. When I have internal toys, I feel like I need the whatever textures or whatever's going on with it to be like very obvious, like here bitch, because that kind of amps it up for me. Or like I need the curve to be like a bit deeper, because when I'm, how do I say this nicely? When I am engaging in a loving, happy, fun time with my beloved, darling partner, and he is lending me a hand, but he like really like hooks it in there and then he does things, I'm gonna leave it there to save his modesty because mine is shot to shit. Anyway, sometimes I feel like with G-spot stimulators, I really need something that's like, that has like that curve on it. Like I did enjoy the LELO Gigi 3's curve, or like the shape of it more. The way that it kind of hooked off at the end, it was really good for me to get that grip. It took me a while to enjoy this part of it, but this is why I say it's between the pros and cons. The pro side of that was shallow fucking. Okay, I could have said that nicer. Shallow penetration. The first 2 to 3 inches of your vaginal canal are the most sensitive part. I always love that feeling of like being entered, and when it first goes in, it's like, oh, this is heaven, we're in for a good time, you know. But and so I thought to myself, it's got like the tapered bulbous shape, so maybe if I try it with a shallow stimulation, that will work for me more. Guys, I've never done that with a toy before. This pushed me outside of my comfort zone, you know. We're learning new things, and it was good. Oh my god. So that's why it's like a pro and con. The other thing that I would say was a con about this is that when it does come to penetrative stuff, I feel like when it's like full-on penetration, I'm more of an A-spot girly. Now your A-spot is all the way at the back of your vagina, sort of like opposite your cervix. Girl, I was choking this shit. I had this shit all the way up. All that was hanging up was this. And I was just like, not that you can't do that, but I don't really feel like I'm supposed to. It's a G-spot simulator. I'm quite a vigorous, vivacious, voracious lover girl. So at one point I was kind of like, girl, if you keep going, you are gonna rock off the neck of this thing, and this is not cheap, so you need to relax. I mean, obviously it's LELO, it's high quality, it didn't break, like it's very much still intact, and I'm sure they have technologies in the neck just in case they're like, hey, somebody's gonna fuck around and get a bit too, you know. Those were really like my cons. I don't feel like they were proper cons. They were just challenges that I came up against and had to find different ways to enjoy it. So in conclusion, who is this toy for? If you want to invest in a high quality luxury toy that is going to last you, it has multiple uses plus the app setting and the partnered features, something that's going to be a staple in your arsenal, then this toy is for you. As I said, a one toy is a staple. It's going to satisfy so many of your needs. And maybe you too will also discover ways to use it that it wasn't initially meant for, like I did. Who this toy isn't for? This toy isn't for people who have never tried sex toys before. And it's not because you can't use it, because you will be able to use it. But I feel that before you go and you jump into anything that is a big purchase, start off with something like a cheap £10 bullet or something, just to see if you even like sex toys. Because sometimes people get vibrators and they spend all this money on it, and then they realize, hey, I hate vibrators. Start out with something cheap and small, just to see if you like the sensations, and then you can move on to something like this. But I wouldn't, if for your very first toy, no. But other than that, if you have any experience with sex toys and you're looking for something that's going to be a good quality staple, this is for you. You can get the LELO Switch 2 at lelo.com. I will have the link available in my description below. So if you guys are interested in getting the LELO Switch for yourself, you can get 15% off with my code SCOTTY15, which will be active until the end of November 2025. This is a stackable discount that is available on all products, including the LELO Switch. So even if they have a sale, you add SCOTTY15 and you get an extra 15% off. And this is available only on lelo.com. If you liked this review, please like this review and give me a subscribe, share the video with your friends, follow me on socials. I'm Scotty Unfamous on Instagram, TikTok, and if you'd like to check out any of my other LELO reviews, I will put them up on the screen as well. Yeah, okay, I'm done. Bye.